Hi, hi, hi. Hello, everyone. I'm your girl, Big Kids Faith. I'm here with Wendy. We are on its own. Welcome to our show. We weren't here yesterday because there was an emergency that took place. And plus, I lost an hour of sleep. So after church nap, I didn't wake up till like 6 o'clock. So there's that. We got to get it together, God. We are gonna do our best. We might have a little longer of a show this upcoming Sunday to make up for missing,
Cause
but
we sure got a lot to talk
we
about.
got too much to talk about. Pope Ryan Coogler, children dying left and right, all kinds of stuff going on here, and we gotta talk about it. So, but tonight, we're going to be talking about the Tinder Swindler. Uh, let me tell y'all, if y'all have not watched this documentary on Netflix, oh my God, watch it. Um, Inventing Anna, the Tinder Swindler, and it's one more that I want to watch. It's a show on Hulu called The Dropout about the chick that like swindled people out of money for health tech that didn't work. So the chick,
Okay, are we white? Did we watch the same Tinder Swindler?
no. I'm just naming three different shows, Sweet Pea. The
Oh, okay,
Tinder Swindler is one. The other
okay,
one was Inventing Anna. And
uh
the
huh,
third one is called The Dropout on Hulu. That's the next one I'm going to take a dive at
okay.
because that lady right there is in prison right now. These other two, Simon has not been sent to prison yet. He was arrested, but they ain't kept him in nobody's jail.
And
And
then hold on, you talk about worst roommates. I was like,
we're gonna
child.
talk about the worst roommate next week because there's two parts to it. I don't know when the second part comes out.
No, it was like five different.
That's part one. They have another part to it. Yes. Yes.
They have more.
They have more.
Oh
Yeah.
heck.
So I don't know when, but we're gonna review part one. Next week, however, we are going to talk about Genius, which is the Kanye West documentary. I have a lot of views about Kanye West over the years. If you guys have followed us on the Size Up, um, I have had very strong opinions about Kanye, but watching this documentary kind of showed me a little bit more. So I might have a little bit of a different opinion. So we're gonna talk about that next week, and then we're gonna follow that up with the worst roommate ever. Let's get into this Tinder Swindler though. Tonight,
Oh,
oh,
no,
go ahead.
Bridgerton's coming on in 2 weeks.
Huh?
Bridgerton season
Yes.
2.
Y'all make sure y'all is ready for the Bridgertons. Okay. I cannot wait. I am going to be that's
Now,
going to
now,
be a
now, I'm trying to decipher if I should binge watch it or just watch one episode a week. Because I feel like if I binge watch it, I'm gonna want to see the season 3 like tomorrow.
so, and I feel like I want to see season three, but I also have the habit of wanting to know what happens next. And if it's as good as it was last season, I feel like I'm gonna want to know what happens next. So I probably might binge it. I'm not sure. Um, let's get going. Our weekly
Okay.
roundup, Grownish. Um, this week was a good episode.
It was sad.
It was very sad. It centered around Vivek's character, his mom and dad, who kind of disowned him when they found out he was slanging drugs and he got caught on the way to Vegas.
Well, it was more
Um,
his dad and then his mom.
huh? Yeah, it was
It
more,
was,
but typically in his culture, I think he's Indian, so
yeah,
typically the mom follows what dad kind of says, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Um, so we saw him throughout the season kind of struggle with being a college dropout, and not that he didn't make good grades, he made excellent grades, but he got expelled as a result of getting caught with drugs because that broke the moral code of the school. So he's been trying to work and trying to do this and trying to do this to try to hold things together. Well, Vivek's dad went into the hospital. Seems like he had maybe a
A
heart
heart
attack.
attack. It was a
Um,
heart attack.
and all of the gang kind of gathered around him, and they all started kind of reevaluating their lives and their relationships. Uh,
I think Jazz and Dude gonna get back together.
yeah, I feel like they're gonna get back together. Zoe, I thought that Zoe and Aaron were gonna get back together. However, Aaron just got the opportunity of a lifetime to take his Afro Saloon um international. He starts a tour talking about his Afro Saloon in Johannesburg, but they
Also,
have
you didn't see
reconnected.
the previews, huh?
No, I hadn't seen the previews. Don't do that.
Uh,
Don't spoil it for me. I ain't seen them yet.
okay, okay.
This is what it seems. Not only that, Luca has been giving baby daddy a real hard time with Luna because Luca is like the godfather of the baby because he just that's his girl. Well, he and baby daddy got into it, and then uh hold on, her name is Luna. What's the baby's name?
Luna.
The baby's name is Luna. Her mama name
Yeah.
she named my baby after her. Is that her name?
Mm,
Nomi. Nomi's her name. I'm
Mommy.
sorry. Disregard what I just
What?
said. I don't know why I'm thinking her
What?
name. No. Okay, so Nomi finds out that she got into Yale Law. That means she's going clear across the country to go to law school. So that's going to present a problem because now baby daddy wants to step up to the plate. And of course, Anna and Vivek prayed for his dad to get better. And of course, his dad ended up passing. They had a beautiful ceremony for dad. And we don't know where what the future holds for Vivek, but it seems like everybody's future is kind of up in the air.
Well, I know Vivek talked about he wanted to honor his dad and he wants to finish school and get his degree.
So how is that gonna happen? And he's gotten
That
expelled from Cal
that
U.
I do not know.
Okay.
However, he's
Uh,
saying that he wants to do that to make his dad proud.
right.
He
Um,
said, he was talking about how his dad had a special frame for his
for
diploma,
diploma, yeah,
for
yeah,
his degree. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I
Degree,
think
diploma, same diff. Yeah.
high
Um,
school.
so yeah, I definitely dig that. I can't wait to see because the season is coming to an end real soon. We're waiting on graduation and some other things
Well,
to take
yeah, the
place.
season, yeah.
Yeah, the
Hmm.
season is because this is a continuation of season 4. Um, so we shall see how this works out. They did get renewed for season 5. So that is coming up, and we got some news about that a little later on the show. Uh,
Hmm.
well, what did you think about this episode? It was super sad.
It
I did not
was.
see the preview, so I'll probably go back and watch them when we get off of here. But I did not see the
Well, the
preview.
preview didn't come on after the show.
Right,
It's been on Facebook.
I'm gonna have to watch it. That's all I got to say. I hadn't seen it yet. Um, but super
Um,
sad.
but it was super sad because I lost my dad and everything. So
Right,
I was all emotional and everything. And it just showed them all in a grown up place. They are actually grown up.
right.
You hear Jazz, because Jazz was thinking about no, not Jazz, but what's the dude name? Diggy's
Doug,
character's name? Doug. Doug was, trying to get Jazz to tell her dad, they can take the rest, take it and make it a restaurant out of his food truck, because
right.
he's doing so well with it.
Yeah,
And so I guess now Jazz is thinking, well, since I'm not going to be doing track, I need to be doing something.
yeah.
So she was thinking about doing that as well. I thought that was good of them. Trying to think. And then you see basically Zoe and Aaron are back together, but
Right.
then that thing happened and she was like, look, you do what you need to do.
Which
She
is
didn't.
growth. That's growth.
Right, that's growth. She said, this is what you was dreaming about.
Right.
Go follow your dreams. I'll be here. Basically, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for you to see how she's gonna do it because it was tripping me out. I'm like, oh, Zoe, 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 Zoe. Oh.
Not quite grown yet, huh?
Eh, and then I do believe Vivek and was it Anna is gonna get
Gonna end
together.
up together.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Cause she
another
was
version of
really,
friends. Look.
yeah, she was really there for him,
Yeah,
and I
she had
thought that
to.
was just
Yeah,
that was cool.
cool, cool, cool. Well, guys, check out Grownish Thursday nights on Freeform 8/7 Central. Make sure y'all check it out. This Is Us. I did not watch This Is Us this week, this past week. I got a play coming up. I've been in play rehearsal till 9, 10 o'clock at night. I ain't been practicing on the piano. I hope my piano instructor don't kill me. However, Wendy, I'm gonna let you take this over because I did not see this episode at all.
Okay, so this is the Thanksgiving episode.
Okay.
Okay, so you have the Thanksgiving with Rebecca and her mom when her and Jack was young before they got married.
Okay.
Then you have the Thanksgiving with them now with Rebecca being aged and her condition. So, they trying to film everything, just to make sure they have a lot of footage of Rebecca
Right.
and just kind of getting on her nerves.
Of course it is.
Toby is concerned about how Kate is feeding the baby. He doesn't want the baby to be a big baby, which is understandable because they're both are big people.
I get
So
it. But babies are
so but
babies.
right.
When
So
they hungry, they hungry.
right. So
Hold on, which baby though?
the Jack.
Okay, Jack.
Because the other baby is still like a baby.
The other
Okay,
baby is a
so
baby, and the other baby is not biologically there. So okay, keep
right.
going.
And so Rebecca mom had this I want to say sweet potato pie or pumpkin pie,
It might be
like those
pumpkin. She white.
pumpkin
Okay.
pie. Yeah. See, I wasn't gonna say it, but you made me
I'll be
do it.
saying the things that you want to say. Come on.
And so it was a secret ingredient. You don't know what the secret ingredient is. Rebecca
Right.
mom never told her, but that Thanksgiving when her and Jack was engaged, they hadn't got married yet. They were engaged. You know, Rebecca always seemed like she was her mom was always criticizing her.
Her mom
And
was a piece
every
of work.
right, so even if she wanted to eat something, her mom would be like, "No, don't eat that. That's too much sugar and stuff like that."
Mm-hmm.
And so, her mom got into it. She went off on her mama. You just need to watch it. She went off on her mama. Her mama was like, "I don't know. I can't say nothing. She always takes offense on everything." And the father was like, "I'm out of this. I'm not even in it." That's their business. I'm out of it. And so
Yeah,
Jack is the hero,
of
and he
course it is.
talks to the mom, and the mom is like, "I just want to spend as much time with her as I can because we're moving." I forgot to Connecticut. I think it was Connecticut that they was moving to. And then Jack went in to talk to Rebecca, and he told Rebecca about the mama moving, and y'all might need to mend fences and stuff like
Right.
that. And so they end up making up, and then the mom did tell Rebecca the secret ingredient. So that's I'm just how they go back and
Right.
forth, back and
Right.
forth. So
Right.
I'm not gonna do it like that. I'm just gonna do one thing, then
That's
the next.
fine. Knock yourself out.
Okay, so present day, you see Toby is criticizing Kate for feeding Jack too much sugar with the pies and everything. And she's like, it's
At
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving though,
Let him have that. That's what she was like. It's Thanksgiving. Can you please let him have that? Can he at
at
least have that? And
Thanksgiving
he was
though,
like, right. And he was like, well, we big. So I don't want our son to be like us. That's basically, and I can understand that because, with Joshua, I was the same way because of who Joshua dad is and, my family and stuff like that.
listen.
And hold on. And so I ended up, watching what he ate when he was a child because he had fat hands. that means he had a potential of being a big kid, and I didn't want that for him. So I kind of understood where he was going, but then she was like, you don't see what I do when you're out of town. I don't. Kate is like, basically, I don't feed him sugar every day. I watch his diet every day. This is Thanksgiving. You got to stop being too critical. So
Real
I'm
quick.
thinking that they're going to get a divorce.
Oh yeah, they're getting a divorce. It's
Because
happening. It was
I'm thinking,
foreshadowed
right.
with the
Because I was
smoker.
thinking, right. I was thinking, for the season finale last year, they show her marrying the director of the school.
Girl, that retarded dude that don't need to be working around nobody's kids. Uh nobody's kids. Yeah, she ends up marrying him. Let me say this about the feeding the babies, and I'm gonna let you get back.
Uh-huh.
I fed my children. They
Hmm.
was hungry, they ate. My children also are very active human beings.
Hmm.
They ran around, they played. We went to the park.
Hmm.
I let them eat. The doctor
Hmm.
told me I need to put my baby on the diet. I asked the doctor, did they want to take the baby home with them? They laughed at me, but I was dead serious. I'm going to feed my children. Is there a potential for them to get big? It's always a potential for anybody to get big. You
Right.
know, somebody, you got an auntie, a grandmama, somebody down the line that's big in your family. So that gene could get into that child. However, I
Hmm.
was not going to starve my kids. Then this is Thanksgiving. You know, I couldn't
Right.
expect this was every day. This
Right.
Thanksgiving, I'm gonna eat all the cakes and pies. I want to. Let the baby eat the cakes and the pies. Criticize if you hear on a, but that's the thing. He not there on a regular basis. So
Right.
what's the problem? Okay, go ahead.
And so and so they talked it out and everything is all right with the world, I
For
guess,
now,
for now. Then Rebecca said she wanted to speak with the children. She said, the children, not the spouses. I want to speak with my babies." And they was like, "Oh my gosh, what's she gonna talk about?" Oh, they was, how Randall is. He's concerned on what she's gonna
right?
say and
Is this
everything.
the end? Go on.
No, you did not sing that song. Um, and so she basically said that she wants everybody to live their life. Don't try to hold off on my account. I want y'all to live y'all life. Oh, and then they also had a third scene with the Thanksgiving after Jack died. I'm gonna talk about that too, right quick. But
Oh, girl, I know that
she
probably was
about to,
easy.
girl, because it was, you see how the connection between Miguel and Rebecca
Start.
came about,
And of course,
right?
you see that with they when they went on the speed dating event and the other stuff, and she started dating the other guy. Keep going.
Right. Okay, so back to the present tense. She basically said, for when I pass, I want y'all to know. I mean, when it's that time, I want you to know Miguel is making the decisions, and I don't want y'all to fight him on the decision that he makes, because it's gonna be
Probably what she tells him to do.
right.
Yeah.
And then she said, but if it's an event that Miguel is not here, if he passed before me, I want Kate to be the one that makes the decision.
Oh, that's
And
big.
that is real big, because they had a strained relationship.
They have always had a strained relationship.
Right. And she was
Because of the
like,
way she's treated her over the years.
right. And she told Kate, it has always been you. That's what she said. It's always been you. And she told Kate the secret ingredient of
Pie.
the recipe, right? Because she said, I need to write down all your recipes before you forget. She said, no, I'm not gonna forget it. But she ended up telling Kate. That was cute. And then the one where after Jack died,
Mm.
they had Miguel came with his girlfriend from France, and then Rebecca, yeah,
France.
she had
Miguel.
he had a
Okay.
French girlfriend, and then of course the guy that Rebecca came with, Sophie left Kevin because Kevin had cheated on Sophie.
Mm-hmm.
Beth came with Randall, and you had Kate who had gained weight, and Randall was kind of criticizing Kate. Basically, he didn't criticize her verbally, but how the stares and stuff,
Yeah.
and it was getting on her nerves.
Right.
So it was an awkward dinner because the French girlfriend, she didn't know how to cook really, and whenever she has a problem, she said, "Houston, we have a problem," and it was an inside joke between her and Miguel. I'm gonna tell you about that in a few minutes. Then they was playing a game. I guess it was taboo.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm. And it was against the young folks against the middle aged folks.
In
And
their brain, the old folk. Keep going.
and so Rebecca was, oh, doing, was shouting out all these memories with Miguel and Jack. And Miguel got it just like that, and everybody looking like, oh, okay. So I guess the guy kind of figured it out that likes that she likes Miguel.
Yeah, Miguel like her.
And then Miguel ended up telling her that he's taking a job to Houston. And that's what the inside joke was
Houston,
about.
we have a problem was about.
On him moving to Houston. And I think they kissed. I don't remember, but I believe they kissed and that was it.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, I wonder if Houston had a problem. Okay. Well, y'all make sure y'all check out the last season of This Is Us. Tuesdays, 9 8
Oh, oh, oh.
on
So the
NBC.
next 3 episodes is going to be about each of them. So it's going to be about Kevin, I think, next
Right,
tomorrow.
because the Guitar Man is I think the title of that episode.
Right.
Okay.
Because he's been trying to sing and it was getting on Toby's nerves.
I'm sure.
I'm not understanding why he's sleeping on Toby's and Kate's couch. Ain't he rich? I
He
ain't
is
get that.
rich. It's a comfort thing, and he's trying to be as close to the kids as possible. And because he's building the house where the cabin is too, that's the other thing. So
Hmm.
he probably has money tied up into their project. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And then I
So
thought about that.
yeah, yeah. So that's probably why. And Kate's not gonna say no to her brother, although Toby's like, look, and I'm like, Toby, you ain't there, dog. Like, I get you pay the bills here, but like, calm out there down. This family.
But don't you want your wife and your kids to be protected?
Hey, girl, I feel like Toby don't really care right about now. All right, here we go. A million little things.
Oh, child.
What I
That
tell you?
thing. That
What did
thing.
I tell you?
That thing. That thing. That thing.
What I tell you?
Cause you better watch out.
So Gary on the previous episode, it's um Maggie's surprise birthday party that she didn't want. That her boyfriend had no clue she didn't want, but he threw this extravagant $50,000 party on her. Gary gets on the elevator because he's finna go, because of course he can't take this. He in love with Maggie. And so Maggie gets on the elevator and she kisses Gary. And then Cam, who is Maggie's current boyfriend, comes looking for Maggie, finds her on the elevator right after they done kiss. So they feel caught, but Cam didn't see nothing. So he comes and gets Maggie. She gets off the elevator. You got to cut the cake. Gary, where you going, man? Come cut this cake. Gary's like, okay. Then he tells Ron, who can't hold water at all, who is grumpy and irritable too. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Um, so they go and he's like having to be on the outside looking in. Maggie's having to put on the brave face. She gives this wonderful speech about how, she didn't think that she was going to make it to her 30th birthday because, the odds looked really grim with her fighting cancer and everything. Um, and she was thankful for the people that were there for her, blah, 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 speech. Gary got to meet some of the team players. He got to wear the championship ring of Cam's teammates. I told you Gary and Megan was gonna get back to. Let me just say that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
said that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that maybe Wendy was right at this hospital. So let's talk about how they got to the hospital. So the party's over. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Catherine goes, talks to Theo. She walks downstairs. She goes to try to steal a piece of Theo's cake that she brought home for him from the party. As she passes out, smacking the floor. Meanwhile, she's on the phone with her girlfriend while all this is going on. And they're talking about it, and they talking and laughing. And all of a sudden, The girlfriend hears a thud on the floor. And of course, Theo hears the same thing from upstairs. So Theo picks up the phone. He's like, hey, who you? Harpo, who this lady? I'm a friend of your mama's. I need you to call 911 as soon as you hang up from me. Let them know where you are. Give them, address, phone number, all this stuff, and get them to you. Now, I had a problem with this because how we 12 years old, we don't know our address. We had to learn our address in kindergarten. You've been staying in the same house. Your mama kept the house in the divorce. I would like to think that you 12 and you know your address, but I'm going on about my business. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Um, so he calls 911 to get him to the hospital. He has to ride on the ambulance with mom. They call his dad. His dad wheels in. His dad, I said wheel in. That wasn't nice. His dad.
See, I was not gonna say nothing.
His dad was talking to the girl that he started dating, and they started he told her all of his little skeletons just came out in the closet because he didn't want to be a liar because she left him at the party because she knew that he knew that Gary was the person that beat her husband up, or her now ex-husband up, for doing the things that he did to girls. Um, and she was like, I can't take a liar. So he ran after her, knocked on her door. They having to talk. And he gets a phone call saying, hey, Catherine is at the hospital. So he's calling everybody as they're leaving the party. Everybody's rushing over to the hospital. Gary awkwardly ends up in the car with Maggie and Cam. Maggie's trying to talk to Gary throughout the whole night. Doesn't seem to be the right time because every time she and Gary get along, seems like Cam was pulling her over to speak to this person, speak to that person.
And you
Uh,
know what? And I think he kind of had a feeling that they still had feelings for each other.
I feel like that too, but I'm not quite sure because we didn't get to see what happens later on, and we'll get to that in just a second. It's a very awkward thing for Gary. It seems to be awkward for Maggie. They're doing their little silly banter back and forth. It's really, really cute. Um, they get to the hospital. Rome is like, hey dog, why you ride with them to the he said, why you ain't let me ride with you to the hospital? He said, oh, you made a real good point. I should have get in the car with us. Um, they're there with Theo trying to calm him down. He wants to make sure his mom is okay. Cam comes and calms Theo down. Theo is calm at this point because he gets to talk to Cam. Um, they come to find out that Catherine has some type of disorder that could happen again, could not. They ran some more tests. They discharged her. She gets to go home. Eddie awkwardly meets the girlfriend that he saw Catherine kissing at the party in the coat closet. They weren't gonna let the girlfriend back. Eddie lied and said that was his sister. They get back. Both of them get back. Eddie calls Theo, let him know mom's okay. We're gonna get her home. Everything is everything. Um,
Did you say about Rome texting Regina?
oh my god, it was so funny. So something happened. I can't remember what awkward statement was made while all of them were sitting there. And then Rome goes, he said something weird. And she's like, what's going on? And he texts her. She's like, oh, and they were like, what? And then she comes up with something awkward. It was too funny. It was hilarious. And everybody don't know what's going on except for Gary. Gary's like, stop talking. Stop. Shut up. Why did I tell you? Where was everybody else? You can't shut up. Like, shut up. Cam, Maggie and Gary goes down the hall to get something to drink. Cam gets pulled to a sick kid's room, and goes to talk to the sick kid. Maggie was like, well, I know we need to talk. It has to be you. I want to be with you, blah, blah, blah. He said, first of all, no, I'm gonna need you to be with your boyfriend. It's been 2 years. I bought a ring. When I bought a ring, you made the decision that you wanted to be single out here in these streets to see what it was gonna be for you not being sick. I didn't make that decision. You made that decision. Do you know how hard it was for me to pawn your ring? Like, he went through all of this. So no. So then, at the end of the episode, Maggie breaks up with Cam, and she finds Gary, and I think Gary is looking for her. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
because he realizes that, Maggie is his person, and Maggie realizes that she's his person and all that good stuff. So they are gonna be together, which is what I thought was gonna happen. I've been waiting on this for the last 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
uh I've been waiting. Maggie has sold her raw oats. Gary has been, pretty monogamous in a relationship. The girl ended up leaving him for her baby daddy. uh
Now I didn't see that.
You didn't. So
Uh-uh.
I think she found out about what he did. And so they kind of broke up, which Drew,
Mm-hmm.
and of course they were all gonna move because the dad was moving in another to another town for a job. And so he and her and the son and the dad were all moving, of course not in the same house, but they were moving so that, he could continue to be in his son's life and it wouldn't be so
Mm-hmm.
bad as far as travel is concerned. And I think she found out what he did to the music dude,
Mm-hmm.
and they broke up. And so he randomly sees her like 6 months later. She's in town for something and she's pregnant by the baby daddy. They didn't get back together. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was the thing. Yeah. Um. So yes, check out A Million Little Things, or the show I like to call They Just Can't Catch a Break. Uh, on ABC Wednesday nights 10, 9 Central.
Hold on, didn't something go on with the teenage girl though? So okay, go ahead.
Played at the party. They thanked her. Nothing happened with Sophie.
Okay.
Okay, real quick, because again,
I
I
oh, I didn't see the second, the third reunion,
that's
the
fine.
fourth,
I'll talk
whatever.
about that. I'm gonna let you.
But
I'm gonna let you talk about these crazy folk over here.
I can't even talk about them, girl. They crazy. They all crazy. Olajuwon is crazy. To
I
think
dislike
that
him so much, sir. Takeout is a thing. They got DoorDash. Did you see the after party with Kev on
I
stage?
did. I
Oh my
did.
God, that man said
Girl.
so. They got the DoorDash and the Grubhub. Like, sir, what are you? I'm confused. I need to
Girl.
understand who told him that the wife is supposed to cook and clean. Then,
His mama probably did all that.
but that see, just because that's what your mama did, do not. You are an adult. I'm willing to bet that boy can't boil water, but you making a requirement of her. So he works as the garbage man. Let me start there.
In the on the third shift.
On the third shift as the garbage man.
And
Okay.
so he's mad that when he comes in the morning, ain't nothing there, like in the refrigerator,
But
waiting
the
on
oatmeal
him.
is a thing. Grits are a thing. You can get some instant grits and warm them bad boys up and go take your butt to bed. I do not like how Noy
But
is.
hold on. Before we talk about Noy and Steve, but the way he degrades her and he has no
It's not
remorse
cool.
for it, it is not cool.
Not
And
cool.
when she was crying, he was looking like, "Oh, come on now." Did
Baby,
you get that
listen.
feeling? Did you get that feeling
Let
with the
me
way
say
he was looking
this.
at
Let
her?
me tell you this. That baby was crying to keep from hurting that mind. I know that cry. Girl, man, she
Cause
did that.
now go ahead and talk about Steve and
I know
Noy,
that
whatever.
cry. Oh my God. Oh God.
What?
Oh Lord.
What?
Nothing. I'm looking at stuff. So Noah is hung up on this man not having no job.
And it's not about him not having a job. He probably got money stashed.
He does, because broke people don't travel. Broke people. Well, let me take that back. I got a god sister who travels. And she be broke, and somehow, some way, she ends up in places that I be like, I need to save to get to, and she be there. I don't know how she do it, but
It,
in general, the places that he has traveled to, you have money to do those things. He
mm-hmm.
is a consultant. When I feel like working, I'm gonna work. When I don't feel like working, I'm not gonna work. My thing is, ma'am, if that's your concern, how about we back on how many kids we want to have? You're adamant about having 3 kids. It's not cool. Get off it. I don't like Jasmina anymore.
She's getting on my nerves. Okay,
She's getting on my
why are you
nerves.
talking about communication and how you don't like to be cut off, but you do the same
You
thing? You do the
and
exact
you
same thing.
treat him like one of your students, and I would hate to be in your class as a student. Literally would hate it. And you work with preschool kids, so you mean tell me you talk to your students like this is not. I can't get behind it. I really feel like, and I'm gonna agree with Heather from over at the review crew. That woman did not like the way that man looked when she laid eyes on him, and I think it's
I don't think that's the case because they had pretty good chemistry when they first met.
Do you think they did?
I did.
I don't see it.
What it is what his family said about him that kind of said, "Oh shoot."
I am recording. Here, take my phone and do what you do. All right. Hey, don't go ham. Order me some sunflower seeds and some type of chip and a ginger ale or a cherry coke. Go. Bye. Doritos possibly maybe or Funyuns. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. That was so unprofessional. Um, I don't like it, and they're not. I don't think they're gonna make it.
I don't think they're gonna
Um,
make it either.
Elijah one still got his wedding ring on. Do they have to wear the wedding rings until decision day? Is that
Right.
what is that what happens? Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
just I I won't talk about Lindsay because my nerves. You know how you get nails and you scratch it across a chalkboard?
Like the Freddy Krueger.
That is Lindsay for me. That is Lindsay for me. Poor Gary. He got some shortcomings too. But I got to say,
Gary, you mean Mark? Mark
Mark,
the
I'm
Shark.
sorry, Mark. Where am I going with? Who is Gary? Mark.
You thinking about a million little things?
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm still on Gary. Mark. And then, do you believe that that man was in Alyssa's DMs or Alyssa was in his DMs?
I believe it's both. I can believe that because I can believe Alyssa wants to try to stay relevant.
Alyssa want to try to stay relevant, but I don't know. Okay, let me talk about these
It
helpers
wouldn't
real quick.
surprise me.
Okay, okay. Salt Lake City. These outfits are atrocious. I just want y'all to know. I probably can't afford none of them, but don't nobody look cute on this stage.
Mm-mm.
Nobody. I mean, who styled y'all? All of y'all look awful. I'm just gonna keep it real. I do like how Andy asked the questions. I think he held back with Erica Jane. I don't know if that's a race thing. We'll explore that a little bit. But he did ask those questions, those hard hitting questions that we needed answers to. He did that. It does not look good for Jen Shaw. I'm not gonna say that she is guilty. I know she is innocent until proven guilty. It does not look good for Jen Shaw. I am glad they stopped talking about Mary. Jenny ain't on the show no more. I'm so very, very glad about that. Uh, I don't know. I just heard that Whitney's husband lost his job because of one of the scenes on Real
Mm.
Housewives of Salt Lake
I
City.
hope it's not the scene where they had the sex scene.
It is the sex scene. Um, Meredith. A lot
Okay,
of things made
that's
sense.
his wife, so it'd be totally different.
Well,
Yeah.
you got to think about where they are, though. They are more. They are practicing Mormons. She just
Okay.
does crazy stuff outside of that. And if they're on national TV and they are still Mormons, you see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? They stay in Mormon town. So they probably are at Will State, like Tennessee is. And if I don't like something you doing, you gonna have to go sit down. He work in Salt Lake City. I'm not surprised. Um, I don't know. It doesn't look good for Jen though. I'm going to say that. He really got into they behind her and Sharif's. I don't believe that Sharif did not know what that lady was doing.
I don't believe it.
I'm not gonna say 100% he knew what she was doing, but I don't believe he did not know what her job was, if that makes sense. If she was doing fraudulent things, I think her defense is gonna be since Stewart has pled guilty. guilty. I think her defense is gonna be it's all on Stewart. I think that's what they gonna that's the card they're gonna play. But see, here's the thing. Stewart has pled guilty, which means Stewart has taken a plea deal, which means if Stewart knows something, guess what he is going to do?
He gonna
Sing like a
snitch.
bird. So she's fighting it. I would like to think that she fights it and she overcomes and she perseveres, but who knows? Okay. I don't know who they have two housewives to replace because Mary's not
Mm-hmm.
coming back. Jenny is gone. So they have two housewives to replace. So let's see. This is probably going to be an all white cast. I don't think they're going to replace with another black person or
If there's any more black people in there.
right. I don't know that there are any more black people than Mary in Salt Lake City besides Cameron, who is no longer with us. But that's neither here nor there. I wouldn't be a black person living in Utah. I'm sorry. I would go visit to go. Well, I'm not even gonna lie to myself and say I go ski. I go sit in the ski lodge with some cute
Mm-hmm.
ski lodge and clothes on. But no,
Cause
I
I
yeah.
don't want I don't want what happened to Natasha Richardson happen to me.
Oh, girl, I just said the skin thing probably won't be something. So, Married at First Sight is unfortunately still going on. So you can catch that on Lifetime, 8/7 Central for 2 hours of your life that you cannot get back. And then this is the culmination of the season. What's this? Two of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Of course, they have been renewed for season three. I don't know when they are going to start recording, if they have already started recording. So
Okay,
next,
question.
huh?
Have you been watching the old late the
I have been watching Candy, and I feel like we need to probably put Candy's in place of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City because it's actually good. I am entertained. I'm entertained enough to keep coming back week after week. That's just me. A lot of people say Candy is boring, but it's not all about Candy. So that's why I can stomach it a little bit. It's more. It really has a Vanderpump Rules feel to it, if you will. Um. So it's about the other characters involved, if that makes
mm-hmm.
sense. So I'm okay with
Well, I
watching.
saw the first episode and I was like, okay.
Let me tell you something,
Why
Philip.
why would you not buy a generator for your
I so
restaurant?
it did show some flaws in how they run their business. Everybody, I don't think they knew anything about running the restaurant when Ty came up with this idea. Because Ty seems like to be this ideas guy. I'm gonna come up with this idea and I'm just gonna go out here and I'm gonna do it. And I need some investors and I got some of my money and we're gonna do this together. So I don't think Ty had a
I
clue.
didn't have any on GoPuff, so I used DoorDash, and it's actually a lot cheaper there, surprisingly.
I don't like my children. I love them. I don't like them. You could have came
Yeah.
back and said, "Hey, dog, I'm gonna have to do." I'm just okay. So, this is where I am with this. Um, but I like it. I don't feel like, and I'm okay with the characters. I don't like Chandrika. She has a nasty attitude, and I feel like y'all need to get rid of her. Episode 2, baby, the OLG, them old ladies. They got into it with the cousin. Oh, it was a mess. It was a mess. It was a mess. It was a mess. They're trying to bring their old gang back to the party, but they want new standards set. And the problem with that is that the person that's coming in setting the new standards came from their upscale restaurant and don't do they shouldn't have brought him the old lady gang. So I see that he's already bumped heads. Let me tell you who I like. I like Torin because Torin came at Philip. He wasn't disrespectful, but he stood his ground in this second episode. So I like that. I like Dominique. I like her.
It's Dom unique.
Okay, whatever, dumb. I like her. She's really fun. She's about energy. Now I think she's gonna end up in trouble dating oh boy. I know that's gonna be
You
trouble.
know what? I'm gonna tell you this. I didn't see all of it, but I saw some of it. And with her acting like she don't kiss on the, you know what? I'm so pissed. I'm sorry. I'm so pissed today was pie day. It's pie day. And how
Oh,
come
314.
at Pie Rose and I just now getting the thing? Oh, it's up
Oh.
until Sunday, March 14th to March. Okay, okay, okay. I need to click here. Okay, I can still get it. I can still get
To
it.
win now, when it in?
Okay,
Tomorrow?
so normally Pyro's Pizza on 314,
Right. I know.
they give you $3.14, but it used to be you used to had to be there at 314 and they was gonna do it for 3 hours and 14 minutes. But now they have it if you are like one of their loyalty programs,
Mhm.
you can get a pizza and it's valid from the 14th through Sunday the 20th. But you have to have the coupon.
I gotta go look at my Pyros thing and see. I hadn't gotten a message from Pyros in so long. What are you doing?
What I had to do was go back on there and tell them to send me all publications, that I want them to send me promotions and
Okay.
all that kind of stuff. So
Okay.
that's
And
what
it
I'm
might
having
be in my
tomorrow.
old email account too. That's the other thing. Because I got one that I check sporadically. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
So
Oh yeah, what I was saying is that I was saying that I don't think Dom Unique kind of like him like that.
I think she does. I think
Talking about I don't kiss on the first day. Oh
she
Heifer,
probably
yes you
don't.
do.
It's a lot of people don't kiss on the first date.
I'm
She
not
probably
buying it.
doesn't. I don't know. I what I like about her is that she knows that OLG is not her all end all be all. You know what
Cause
I'm
she's a
saying?
dancer, right?
But she's a dancer, and so she knows that, and she keeps her eyes on the prize. I don't know what the Chandrika girl doing with her life outside. She engaged to be married. I don't know if she's married rich. I'm not sure. That attitude is not was hot. Um, I need Don Juan to go somewhere. I just need him to go somewhere because he gets on my nerves.
Yeah. He makes himself trying to be relevant because he's
I just
Candice.
can't with him. But yeah, it's an interesting show. Interesting enough for me to keep coming back. And then I don't know when Real Housewives of Atlanta is coming back, but they should be coming back really, really soon. Because they are done shooting um their 14th season. So hopefully and prayerfully, and they said it's supposed to be good. Despite the fact I'm gonna say Portia was gone because I don't think it would have mattered either way with Cynthia. But Portia being gone, Portia gives me things. And Portia walked away and she's doing her thing and congratulations to her. So hopefully we'll have that to talk about as well. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Tinder Swindler.
Oh my gosh. When I saw that girl, I was like, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Ain't no way in the hell it's gonna be a cold day in hell before I give any man any kind of money. My father told me, you don't give men any money. My mom is like, well, if it's your husband, that's different. But if you're dating someone, you're not supposed to give man any money. That's
So
how I was raised.
the thing that bothered me about this is that it wasn't like they were in a relationship with him for a very long time before they started giving dude money. And the reason why they felt comfortable because he is a swindler. He made it seem like he had all of this money. They on private
And,
jets. They staying in
and
nice hotels.
then
They,
this is what trips me out about that. While he's doing this to one woman, he's taking money from other women to do that to the
yep,
other for the
yep,
woman.
yep.
I'm like, oh,
I
oh,
cannot. And so, and here's the thing: women want to be loved. They want to be in a relationship. They want to be in a part of something. Now, I've never been on Tinder.
and I'm not planning on it.
Never been on Tinder. I feel like all the dating apps are the same. I'm subscribed to one of them because I kind of got a little bored one day. And in my boredom, um, and I get little messages and stuff from guys on one of the little sites, and it's cool, but for the most part, I don't really pay attention to it because I don't have time to be sifting through folks and swiping left and swiping right and having conversations with them. And maybe that's my bad because my husband could be on the dating app. I don't know. Um, I don't want to get into a situation with a person that I'm just now meeting, and I definitely am not finna give them any money. If we go out on a date and it's your birthday or something, I might get the check. I might do a little something for you on your birthday, but I'm just finna just flat out give you some money, like they
Not like
gave
that.
him.
They was giving
Baby,
him
they was
hold
giving him
on,
thousands of dollars,
not just thousands, tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars.
thousands of dollars. I could not
I'm like,
imagine
dude,
giving.
do your mama like you? Do your mama really like you? And he keep adding it, and then the way he was spending the money, and then the next day asking them for some more money, and then what was the first girl? She had to make it seem like she was working for the family business to get her Amex card. I was like,
Yep.
your mama don't like you. Your mama really don't like you.
I just
Cause
don't understand. And he's been doing this since, I want to say, 2011, 2013, somewhere up in there. He started this whole gafe. They went to his house where his mom stays, and he's Israeli. So they went to Israel, and it's like this rundown apartment building, like in the ghetto of Israel. That's where he grew up, and that's where he came from. So I feel like he's like the girl Anna from Inventing Anna. I feel like in his mind, because she came from, her dad had his own business or whatever, but like not the type of money that, they thought she had, you know.
mm,
I guess that man decided this is not the life. I am a rich billionaire. That's what I am. I am a part of this diamond family, and my name is Simon Leviev. He has recreated himself, and he believes that he is the person that he is. This is ludicrous and insane.
and
They
then hold on. Let me tell you who my hero was. It was the last girl that they interviewed. When she came across this information, she's like, dang it, he's doing this to me. He's showing the same thing to me.
Yep.
When she said that, she said, like, look, I'm finna get my money back.
Mm-hmm.
One way or another. I may not get all of it back, but
But
I'm
I can
getting
get some
majority.
of it. Yeah.
And she swindled him into giving her all his designer stuff so
Mm-hmm.
she can sell, and she
Yep.
wasn't giving him the money back. Oh, I was like, she is my hero.
And very much so. I could not fathom. One of the girls, she had a child, and she had to move in with her mom.
No,
You know,
one of them had a child. I thought
yeah,
she
one of them
didn't.
had a child, and she and her child had to move in with her mom because she couldn't afford to she had an apartment, she had a nice apartment. She was getting ready to move into a house. All of her savings that she had saved up for her house gone bye bye because she gave it to him and never got it back. One lady, yeah, it was crazy. And so now the family is suing him, the Levine family, because they are a real family. They're a part of a diamond empire. They are real family. He just went and decided he was the third cousin. Uh, he was the third cousin, and he's gonna come over here and he's making all these deals. And it seems like everybody around him was a part of the scam, which is crazy. The lady that he claimed that he had a child by, apparently, the lady he had the child by was okay with him dating these other women and getting this money. Later on, they find out that earlier, like 4 or 5 years prior to this, that lady had accused him of doing the same thing to her. So it's a never ending cycle with him. So now, like I said, he's getting sued by the family. I don't know if they're going to bring charges against him. I know they finally caught up with him and arrested him, but you
And
can't
that was funny how that happened
you can't
because the
squeeze
girl.
blood from a turnip. You literally can't do that. Because he spent these folks' money on private jets and designer clothes and sports cars and all this other stuff.
But I just love it how she put two and two together. She was like, now he's texting me saying that he needs some help. And when I try to contact him through WhatsApp. That's why whenever I'm on Clubhouse and I get messages from guys, I get people sliding my DMs on Clubhouse.
I don't be on
And
Clubhouse long enough
and
for that to
and
happen.
and I do not answer these people because the one thing they show let's contact on WhatsApp. We can talk much better. No, nah,
I don't
bro.
even know how to use WhatsApp. Let's start with that. It keeps asking me, make sure you get WhatsApp added onto your page. What is a WhatsApp? What is that?
I'm
Explain
good,
how.
bro. I'm good, bro. I'm
Correct.
good.
Correct.
But she said that she she kind of figured he was on the airplane, and since he gave her an American Express card with that didn't belong to him, it was somebody else's name on it. That's fraud.
It
So
is.
he got arrested on the spot.
Yeah. As he should have. As he should have. Um, that's pretty crazy. Like, it's crazy. It's insane. Um, I saw how the reporters went and they were trying to find him. Like they did, they did the investigation, and like I said, end up finding his mom actually at the apartment, and they actually called him by his government name. It's Simon. The first name is Simon, but I can't remember what the last name was. Um, Hold on, I think I'm trying to look it up. I said, this man right here. Oh my God, this is crazy. Um, his name. Oh, but he's used other aliases too. That's the other thing. He's used Mordecai, Tapiro, Michael Bilton, Abraham Levy, David Sharon. So he's used and he's been released, but he's still wanted in different countries. So he got arrested in 2019 in Israel, and that's when he gave the girl the AMX card. And then he was arrested again in 2015 in Finland because he pulled the same thing in Finland with another lady. He served 3 years in prison in Finland, and then 15 months in prison in Israeli.
For a different crime, though.
What?
It was a different crime. It wasn't for the defrauding the girls. It was what he
Which
did.
one?
The one in Israel.
What did he get arrested for then?
He didn't get arrested for defrauding them, the women. He got arrested for doing something in Israel.
He got in 2019. He allegedly conned an estimated 10 million from victims across Europe in a Ponzi scheme.
Right, but it was but the
way
one
they
in
caught
Israel.
him, the way they caught him was he gave that girl that they were already looking for him.
Right, and if that
So they
girl
didn't arrest
hadn't
him for
given,
that. Yeah, they didn't arrest him for that. They arrested him. He got the charges was for the Ponzi scheme, but that's how they
okay,
caught them when the girl called. His name is Simon or Shimon Hyatt. I think that's how you pronounce it.
mm-hmm.
Um, he's wanted in several countries for theft, forgery, and fraud.
And then he's out free. He back on Tinder. He
Mm-hmm.
got a girlfriend. I'm like, oh, Lord.
They even said that he wanted to do a dating show in America. I was like, I know you lying. This is crazy.
I thought it was crazy. I was like, oh my
He's
gosh,
only
what?
31 years old. So in 2011, he was charged in Israel with theft, forgery, and fraud for cashing stolen checks. I remember this started in 2011. He stole checkbook belonging to a family while babysitting their child, and
Mm,
another
mm, mm,
while working as a handyman in their home. He never
mm.
showed up in court and escaped the country across the border into Jordan with a fake passport under the name Mordecai Tapiro and fled to Europe. 2012, he was indicted by Israeli court and charged with theft and forgery of checks, as well as leaving a 5-year-old he was babysitting unattended. So first of all, time out. You start off as a babysitter, fool.
Girl.
2015, he was arrested in Finland and was sentenced to 3 years in prison for defrauding several women. When arrested in Finland, he claimed it was an Israeli man born in 1978, was found with 2 forged Israeli passports, 3 forged Israeli driver's licenses, 2 forged Israeli flight permits, and 5 forged American Express cards. After finishing his sentence early, that's the other problem. Not letting him out too soon. He got let out in 2017.
He don't serve like 6 months or something like that. He ain't served that much time.
Girl, no, he was in 2015, 2017. He got out. He went back in 2017. He assumed a different identity, and that's when he became Simon Lviv and fled the country again. He traveled around Europe pretending to be different people. He exploited several women in Germany using the name Michael Bilton. He also presented himself as the son of a Russian-Israeli diamond mogul, Lev Lviv, using the dating app Tinder to contact women as Lviv. He tricked them into loaning him money. He ain't ever repaid it. Charmed them with lavish gifts, taking them to dinners on private jets, using the money he borrowed from the other women.
And see, this is my thing. When he gave, because when he borrowed the money, he would give back plus some to make them believe that, oh, he's gonna do what he said. See, that would be my thing. Oh, I already loaned you some money, so I don't have any more money to loan you, bro.
Let me tell you how he got out. He got out as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. Remember, the people who did not commit heinous offenses or violent offenses, they let them out during Corona. This is crazy. Crazy. 2022, he denied defrauding women, claiming he was just a single guy who wanted to meet some girls on Tinder. Later that month, he got sued by the Lviv family for claiming to be a member of the family. The lawsuit was filed in Tel Aviv's magistrate court in Israel. So, yeah. And that wasn't the only dating site he used either. Tinder, banned him from the app. He was also banned.
But then they let him back on.
Fish and OkCupid.
They tend to let him back on.
He got a Cameo account. What is Cameo?
I don't know. But I didn't understand why Tinder let him back on.
I don't either. That's really crazy. Y'all don't get on Tinder. Getting swindled. Oh my God. So we got one more fraud story to talk about, and that's gonna be, I'm gonna watch The Dropout in the next coming weeks. And we're gonna talk about that because I'm interested in knowing how this girl dropped out of school and Stanford and created this $1 billion company when none of her products work. That's what I feel like white people be winning. You know what I'm saying? Like, we couldn't dare get away with some of this stuff. We could not pretend to be an heiress. We could not date women and borrow money from them. We could not pretend to have a product that did not work and get billions of dollars as a result of that. We couldn't do that. Okay. Y'all check out the Tinder Swindler on Netflix. It's still out there. It came out in February. We're just not getting to talk about it now. Some TV news. Marcus Scribner, aka Junior, is going to be on the new season of Grownish. Of course, you guys know this is the last season of Blackish, and I have not been watching it, admittedly, but I will be watching it to the.
I'm just gonna I'm a binge watch it. It's been recorded.
Yeah, they're really, really good episodes. I love Blackish. I've always loved Blackish since it came out. Of course, Anthony has already secured his bag. Yara, I knew she was gonna stay over at Grownish. I think I'd have seen Tracy in something already. I don't know if they're gonna go forward with the oldish show. Lil Bud, I think he got something coming up too. One of the twins, the young guy that plays Jack. Lil Diane is out here being executive producer all over the place and creating movies and different projects like that. So everybody has something going on. You know what I'm saying? So Blackish is not the end all be all for them, but I am proud and glad that he is going to be a part. I don't know if he actually gonna go to school or not, because he's just working. But we'll see how that goes. Um, Also, the showrunners are gonna be Courtney Lilly and Zakiya Alexander. I don't know who neither one of them are, but if that means something to y'all, they're gonna be running the show. Okay, so of course, so this lets us know the Grownish will be renewed for season 5. Hopefully, they continue to go forward. We'll see how that works. Because I would like to see how their lives are impacted after the fact, after they graduate from college. So
Yeah. But if they all going in different directions.
I feel like they're gonna still kind of end up in the maybe central location. I'm not sure. Or maybe some of them will switch out, or maybe they'll follow them on their different journeys. They might come together. They might call each other. You never know.
Yeah.
Javon Walton, and I did not know this was his baby's name, aka Ashtray. I'm still upset with Euphoria for killing off the baby. I feel like he's gone. A lot of people said they don't think so, but I think he is gone. So this is what I found out. He is a boxer in real life, and he is going to compete in the Olympics. So he's getting Olympic ready. But while he's doing that, he is going to be joining the cast of Umbrella Academy season 3 over at Netflix, which is awesome. So congratulations, this young man. He is 15 years old.
Oh, he played the hell out of Ashtray though.
He did. And let me tell you something. They showed a picture of him and his siblings. When I tell you all them children look alike, even the little girls, they look alike. Them genes that them parents got are strong. Okay. They look alike. They do. But shout out to him. He's doing his thing. He's getting booked. He's being busy. Couple of cancellations we got before us. First up, the Nick Cannon show was canceled. We learned either early this week or late last week. Late last week we learned that the Nick Cannon show, was gonna be canceled after one season. I watched like the playback on YouTube, not all of them, but some of them, the people that I was interested in seeing on the television.
You know what? I think it's the time that they got him on.
What time did his show
He
come
he
up?
comes on like at 3 o'clock, 3, 4 o'clock.
So he's competing with Ellen, and what time does Tamron Hall come on?
It comes on at 1 o'clock.
She comes on at 1. When does the Kelly Clarkson show come on?
The same time as Nick Cannon.
So you got Nick Cannon, you got Ellen, which this is Ellen's last season, and then you got Kelly Clarkson. So yeah, that makes sense. He got money though. He got Wildin' Out, and he got the Masked Singer, and then they got a spinoff of the Masked Singer that he's executive producer of too, and then he's still making money over there at Nickelodeon. So I'm not upset about this. I thought
it's show business. It's what happens.
It just is what it is, and I'm sure he gonna just keep doing whatever he do wherever he does it. So it is what it is. Oh Nikki Cannon. Also, The Real has been canceled. It has been confirmed by all the castmates that The Real will be canceled. They're finishing out this season. This is going to be their last season. I'm not gonna lie.
I stopped watching.
I didn't watch it after Tamar left. After Tamar left, the way they did Tamar, and I'm not saying that they were responsible for what happened to Tamar, but the way Tamar was done.
And wasn't the show her idea?
Yes. So let's talk about that. Let's give a little background and a little context, because what people don't seem to realize is this show was Tamar's concept and idea that she and her husband at the time, Vincent Herbert, sold to Fox. Initially, she was going to do it with VH1 with Tiny and Toya and Shekinah. That didn't work out. It was too ratchet. too ratchet. Too
Mhm.
ratchet. It was not gonna work, and it was not gonna be on brand for Tamar Braxton. So she let that idea go. Tiny and Toya went on to do their own thing. And then Tiny and T.I. got their little show. Um, After Tiny and Toya came out with their show. So all of that just kind of didn't work out. So
Right.
they did. Vincent was the executive producer of the show. It just kind of all worked in hand. But what they didn't realize was is that you the executive producer of the show, your wife can still get fired, although this was her idea, her concept, the whole shebang. Yeah, thank you for your services, because what people don't seem to realize is you can pitch a show idea, it could be your show, and we learned this with Nick Cannon as well. Doesn't matter, they're gonna put you off your show.
Mhm.
They're going to put you off of your show. Tamara Mallory Housley also recently came out in an article that stated that she had to fight every day, at work, it seemed, having to defend her family and her husband, just so many different things that she didn't like about being on the show. And to protect her peace and to protect her mental health, she had to exit stage left.
And
Uh,
then you also have to realize that the season before she left, she lost a niece. Her niece died in one of those shootings.
I didn't know that her niece died. I didn't
It
realize
was a niece on you. It was Adam's niece.
that. Okay, okay, okay.
Right. It was one of those mass shootings that happened
Probably
in
the
her.
one in Vegas, maybe. I can't
No,
remember.
it wasn't the one in Vegas. It was the one in California. It was one in California,
Okay,
and her niece was one of them. And
okay,
so she just felt to need to be with family as well.
right.
So but yeah, she was like, just because my husband worked for Fox,
And
that
what
didn't
he
make him
like a
racist.
what did he do for Fox? What he like a
I
sports
don't know.
person or something?
I think so.
I,
But I'm like, there are black folks that work for Fox.
and
And
they do the sport. All of the football players, because who else? You got NBC, you got CBS, you got Fox. Um,
no, I'm talking about the Fox News Network.
I'm not even talking, but he worked for the news network. But I thought he did like sports. I thought he didn't do anything that had to do with politics or anything like that. I could be wrong, but that what I'm saying is, if the football players and the basketball players and stuff can be reporters for Fox Sports, I don't see what the problem was. But they wanted to say that he was racist. I know she kept having to fight that battle. Um,
Yeah, it didn't make
about her
any
husband.
sense.
And that comes with the territory of being in an interracial, relationship. But I also understand, that's too much of a battle to have to fight, you know?
And then
So I
her
get it.
parents are interracial, so she's used to it. You see what I'm saying? Her
No, you can't.
parents,
So your parents are interracial. Your parents are interracial, not necessarily. Parents shield you from a lot of things too. Think about that. Really think about that. Her mom and her dad, yeah, they had to probably go through some stuff, but as growing up, they probably
mm-hmm,
didn't know what it was until she got into the position where she was now. You see what I'm saying?
right, yeah.
You don't always understand the struggle until you there yourself. So I don't necessarily believe that she should be used to it or that she should already know what it is because she got married to a white man. I just think that that's a journey that she had to
But
take.
no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, the reason why she married him. She didn't go for the black guy like her twin did.
Oh, but
You
I
know,
mean, here's my thing. I don't care who you marry,
right?
black, white, blue, purple, yellow, whatever. It's about who you love. And in the 2000s and anything, we should not still be having this debate about black women dating men, white men dating I'm sorry, black men dating white. I don't, at this point, who cares? It's gonna happen. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's gonna happen. One way or another, it's gonna happen. It's bound to happen. It's gonna take place. So the fact that we're fighting that, let it go. Let that sister be happy with her white man and her children.
Mm-hmm.
She is
Mm-hmm.
mixed race.
Right.
Her dad is from England. Her mom is from the Bahamas. Like, let it go. Let it go. Okay. Um, I hope the ladies. I know Jenny Maya is a stylist in real life.
And
I
you
know
know, it was rumored that she's supposed to be
she
a
not.
Atlanta house.
Candy shut
I was
that
like,
down. Candy shut
yeah,
that down.
okay, that's good.
Garcelle is an actress and a model, and all around that chick. She's also on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Adrian is a singer married to Israel Houghton. Lonnie is a comedian. She's gonna still tour and do her thing.
I'm still mad about her and Israel Harden
What you mad about?
because she was engaged to another guy that was Israel's best friend.
And that other guy cheated on her before she got with Israel. That's why
Yeah.
they broke up. He cheated on her.
Mm.
I mean, maybe he was comforting her, and things got
But wasn't he
hot.
still married when they was comforting each other?
I don't
When he
know.
was,
I'm not sure what
I
that
think he
situation
was.
was. I don't know. Guess what? It ain't my business at this point.
Yeah,
They've
that's
been
true.
together all this time. It's overdone with. But the old
But
boy
you
cheated
know
on her.
what? I was done with her when she said this was during the pandemic.
That she didn't wash her hands.
Girl,
I was like, so if ever I go to Israel Houghton's house, guess what I'm not doing? Eating. Okay? Won't be eating nothing at your house. Your wife don't wash her hands. She nasty. Yeah. All right. All
and
right.
I'm like, why would you say that in public?
In
Oh, I just
public,
want to
that's
say
kitchen
this.
table talk.
I just want to say this. This is news. This is funny. So, so Dolly Parton was nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "Thanks, but no thanks. I decline my nomination."
So let's talk about this because Dionne Warwick talked about this last night on Watch What Happens Live. I lived and I stood and I watched that whole episode because Dionne Warwick was on it. So let's talk about that. Dionne said she's nominated as well. Dionne was like, it's not, no. And they were like, well, it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That was not created for everybody else. That was created for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now she said if they changed it to the Music Hall of Fame, because you've allowed so many different genres to be nominated for that, that's one thing. And that's why Dolly probably declined her nomination. I don't know if Dionne gonna go up there and accept hers. I know Eminem is on the ticket this year. A couple other people. That wasn't created for us. It wasn't created
Mm-hmm.
for us. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
created for country singers. It wasn't created for rappers, for R&B singers, for hip hop. It wasn't created for any of that. It was simply created for rock and roll.
Right.
If that
Because
makes
don't they have an R&B Hall of Fame
I
and
don't
stuff
know if
like
they
that?
have any of that. I know the only one that's put on a pedestal is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's all.
I know they have the Songwriters Hall of Fame because I know
They got
Mariah
that
Carey.
right. But I'm just saying, just in general, just do a music hall of fame. Change the name. And they old school. Dolly and Dionne, they of a different time. They old school. They not with all the fluff and stuff. Back in the day, they knew what it was for. It wasn't for them. And they still feel like it's not for them. So I get it and I understand.
Yeah.
Totally understand. Um, you got a show pick of the week.
The show pick of the week we're going to talk about is The Roommate, the worst roommate. I
We're
was
excited
just
about this.
flabbergasted. I was
Yeah.
flabbergasted by each and every story, especially the first story about the
The
old
first one
lady.
took me out. Let me say this. Garcia took me out.
The part when they said the guy said that they went in her backyard and they was digging up stuff and she was looking at them, and when they found the body, she was like, am I under arrest? They was like, no. She said, I want to go across the street and get a cup of coffee. That girl ran.
So
I
we're
was
gonna talk
like,
about that. I gotta go back and watch because I want to talk about each story. We talk about this show.
I was like, what in the heck?
Yes,
And then for you to tell me that was just the first
that was just the first one.
installment, I was like, hold on, there's supposed to be more than one. But yeah, that was my show pick. That and what's another one? What's another one? Hold on. Okay, I'm having brain fog
So
again.
I got a show pick and then I have a movie pick.
Okay.
And I'm finna Google this so I won't get the name of this movie wrong, but it was really, really good. It had I was gonna say Ryan Seacrest, and that is not that man's name. Um Oh my God. Hold on. Because I have to Google Deadpool to get this baby's name. That's so sad. Ryan Reynolds. Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Reynolds, Zoe Saldana, this cute little boy, adorable little boy. Um, that had to channel Ryan Reynolds, and he really was little bitty Ryan Reynolds. Like this is how I imagine Ryan Reynolds as a child. He really did that. The name of the movie, oh my God, The Adam Project. Let me tell y'all something. If you like
Oh,
a
okay.
action movie, it gave you everything it needed to give. Um,
Mm.
the Hulk is in the movie. I know that man's name in real life, but that's where I'm going. I'm gonna go with the Hulk. Uh, Mark Ruffalo, that's his name. Um, what's the other lady's name that played in A-List? Jennifer Garner.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I said, Zoe Saldana. Um, of course, Ryan Reynolds, that cute little boy. I don't know his name. That it was amazing. I loved it. I watched it from beginning to the end. I ain't stopped. I paused it to go to the bathroom or to go get something to drink, and I came right back. It was a very,
Mm.
very, very good movie. So make sure y'all check it out. It's hilarious. You know, you feel the pain, you feel the action. It's all good. I dug it 100%. So make sure y'all check it out. It's a really, 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 really good movie. Um, and then of course, The Gilded Age. I started watching it. I heard everybody talking about it. It gives me the shade that I need in my life. It kind of
Like I said, I love a good timepiece. I
I
love a good
I love it,
timepiece.
and it's giving.
Even though we are not represented well in those timepieces, I still
Well,
love a good
now
timepiece.
the Scott family. Now I'm hoping they're gonna delve into their story a little bit more because they live in Brooklyn, which is not, in that time Brooklyn was not a bad neighborhood, if you will. It was a well-to-do neighborhood. She knew enough about the other part, the upper uh class New York to know. So the young lady that plays one of the black people in there, she's educated. She wants to be a writer. And it seems like her family is well off, although they're still not treated, because at that time we were not treated as equals with our white counterparts. So that's a thing. So y'all, if y'all haven't, make sure y'all check The Gilded Age out on HBO Max. It's really, 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 really good. Kristen Baranski is my girl. Let me say that again. I loved her in The Good Wife. I loved her in The Good Fight. I love everything that
She
lady.
was also on Bad Moms Christmas. She was the Mila Kunis mom
Yes, she
on
was.
and
She
she
is
was good. She
hilarious.
tripped me out.
Right. She is hilarious, but she also gives that shade. Like, don't nobody give shade. I love her. Do you understand me? So make sure y'all check that out. Have you been watching How I Met Your Father?
No, I saw
You
the first
haven't?
episode and was not interested.
I like it. It's cute. I
Do
have my
not.
theories on who the father is. I think it's cute. And then I like Kim Cattrall's parts, in the beginning and the end when she's telling the
Mm-hmm,
story. It's really funny. It's really interesting
mm-hmm,
the way she
mm-hmm,
does it. But I like it. It's really, really cute.
mm. Didn't
Um,
catch me.
I think it's cute. Okay.
Okay,
At any
I
rate,
didn't.
let's. I'm not fooling with you. Um,
But did you watch Saturday Night Live with
I didn't see Saturday Night Live. I gotta really get.
with
I gotta
with
just sit up one
Kravitz?
day.
What's her name?
Zoe
Zoe
Kravitz.
Kravitz.
I have not watched any. I think I might have watched the season opening of Saturday Night Live, and then I
Mm-hmm.
went back and watched the Betty White episode. That's all I've seen this season of Saturday Night Live. On Saturdays, if I ain't binge watching something, I'm probably asleep if I'm not out nowhere. I didn't
Right.
watch. I haven't been watching it, and I'm a diehard SNL fan, and I ain't been watching none of it. So we'll see. We will see where this goes. For me, I might just be binge watching Saturday Night Live episodes one weekend when I ain't got nothing to do. Um, that's all we got for y'all. Make sure y'all tune in. Next week we're gonna delve into Genius. Do we want to talk about worst roommate ever first before we do Genius? What we want to do?
Now let's go ahead and talk about Genius.
Okay, we'll talk
Because I
about
can watch
Genius.
it again. I can watch it again just
Okay,
so I can people.
okay. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about Genius. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I get my right thing over here. We're gonna talk about Genius next week. Hopefully I will watch more of our shows. I didn't watch the Wonder Years this week. It's just a lot. I didn't get to
Did I watch the Wonder Years? No, I didn't even watch the Wonder Years.
watch it.
But I have it recorded, so
We'll come back to it.
yeah.
So make sure y'all check it out. And y'all make sure y'all come back here on Sunday, 3:45, 4 o'clock ish. For It's On. We'll be back here on
The
Sunday.
size up, the size up.
Size up, Lord
The
Jesus.
clicker.
It's
Where's
on
the clicker?
Sunday.
Where's the
Hold
clicker?
on. Where my banner at? Make
The
sure
banner.
y'all follow us on YouTube. It's on the Size Up Official Podcast. I'm sorry, channel. Make sure y'all are following us. Make sure y'all tuning in. Y'all got some show ideas. Y'all want to talk about some shows? Y'all let us know. But click the notification button. Notification bell. I'm sorry. Subscribe and share it with others. We're trying to, have everybody join in on our conversation.
Yeah.
Here. All right. Well, we out. We'll
We
see
out.
you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.